This is the second video in the Vision software instructional series, which is not much of a series since there's only 2 videos. But in this one, we're going to walk you through some of the different features of Vision software just to help you out a little bit. And we'll let Mr. Kreitz drive from here.
Okay. Yeah, I can talk about some of the features that I use, as well as a couple things that I know are out here. The view screen. This is the view tab. This guy shows you how you want to look at your computer. So this, if you wanted to see like a featured computer, this just more shows you the detail as opposed to being able to see the screen. This guy gets you just basically what I leave it on here. One nice thing I like about Vision is if you hover your mouse over and not click on it, it will give you a rundown of what that option does, which is nice. So I talked in the last video a little bit. We can change the name here. If you have custom names for your computer, if you want to see who's logged in, the student logins. So you can make sure, if you see something going on a computer you don't like, you can see who it is that's doing it. Because oftentimes, getting up and starting to walk over towards the kids' computers when they're doing something not supposed to, they quickly get off and then you didn't see who did it. So this lets you see it without having to get up. The zoom and this stuff here, it says you can just increase the size of this guy. You can click and drag and move these around. And that's basically everything in the view. I'll show you a little bit before all these guys. On the actual computer itself, when you click on one, you have an option to live view, remote control. You can use it as a demo if you want to show a student's computer screen to the entire class. Like on here, you can demo it. You can block their input so their keys and their mouse no longer work. You can wake it up if it's has fallen asleep, and you can refresh it if you need to refresh it. Live view just kind of zooms it out into its own window where you can see what's going on. You can have a blank screen pop up. You can have stopped where it stops it, or if you need to take a screenshot because you see them doing there something not supposed to, you can click on this guy and it'll take a little screenshot. And it'll save it for you. Remote control is nice. I've used it before. You can see here I'm now controlling that computer. It's pretty quick response. I like it. I haven't played around with a lot of stuff that goes into here, but again, you hover your mouse over it, tells you what everything that's happening. When you're done with the remote control, you can just exit the window, and that goes back to the student control.
And just so you know, in the remote control, the kids usually notice when you start activating it because there's a definitive transition on their screen, and they're pretty quick to see that happen.
Yeah, especially if all of a sudden they can't control with their mouse, like they're moving their mouse and suddenly it doesn't work. Stopping all applications, blocking, locking the web, and adding your web filter. All 3 of those guys, 4, including the blank screen. If you want to happen to all your computers in the computer lab, you just make sure none of them are selected. And if you click on, say, stop all applications, it immediately stops all applications on all the computers. However, if you have just one clicked, or maybe you hold control and click a different one, and then you click stop all applications, it'll do it for just those computers. And the one that's not selected, it'll leave alone. Blank screen, you can see here, you can either click on it with a little drop down, and you can click on preferences. You can change what the screen looks like. Right now it's a giant eye, which is a little intimidating for kids, so maybe that's good. But we can see here when I click on the blank screen, it takes a second, but now on all 3 of the computers is this giant eyeball telling them, hey, get off your computer, look at me. And then I can just click it again, or go into the drop down and click on stop blank screen, and they go back. They can start doing what they want to do. Block input. Again, you can block the input. Lock web just prevents web access on computers. However, if you want to create a filter for your web, you can click on the drop down and go to manage lists. You can add a new filter. We'll give it a name. And then we can add a new link. Now, this filter is an allow list filter, meaning that it will block everything except for the sites that you are about to list. Okay. So, for instance, if I want to keep everything blocked except for Canvas, I can go here. I'm going to go to Canvas here just so I can grab the full web address. So if I grab this guy here, fisd.instructure.com, I can go to my web filter. Okay. And then it will only allow anything with fisd.instructure.com in its URL. I will give everyone a tip, and if you drag this up, you can kind of see a little preview of what it will allow. I'll give everyone a little tip. What I've discovered, for whatever reason, Canvas, when the kids go to it, it brings them to the login screen, and when they hit login, it'll bring them back to like the screen that shows you that their web's been filtered and they're blocked. I'm not sure why it brings them back to that, but they just have to click on the link to go back into Canvas, and I'll show you what I mean here. So let me enable the web filter. I can click on apply all, or I can just click on one computer and click on web filter and click on the name of it, and it'll just apply it to that one computer. You can see the little filter symbol there. So let me set up the remote control. Let's go into here. And let's try and go to a site. So if I try and go to YouTube, say, this is what we get. Web access locked. And it says your teacher has restricted your web access. You can only access these websites. And it lists for them the things that they can access. So if they can click on it too, these are actual links, and it'll take them to the Canvas page. Now, if they try and log in, so I'll log in here. It takes them back here, and I cannot figure out why yet of why it does that. But if they just click on the Canvas link again, it'll take them back in already logged in. So that's all they have to do is just click on Canvas on the block list or on the block page, and it'll take them in there. But it's nice. They can only click on certain things. You might have to play around with it a little bit to really get the list of all the websites that you want to allow. For instance, if you use a platform where the kids sign in with Google, you're going to need to allow a couple, like the Google authentication URL, so that way it can actually pull up Google for them to log in. But again, this stuff I just kind of learned by playing around with it. There wasn't really an instruction manual on that. But I mean, it can't hurt to play around. So that's the web filter. If I want to remove the web filter, I just go and either hit clear or just click back again on the name of it, and it will go away. So then this computer's back full access to the web. If I want to do the lock web, the little lock screen shows up. If you notice, you can see here the live update. It just says the web's been locked. They can't get on anything at all on the internet. Great if you're doing something offline, but you need them to be able to be on the computers for. And then you can click on it again, and it will unlock. So the lock has gone away, and then it'll automatically redirect them back to whatever page they were on when it locked. Let's see. There's other things you can do. You can send message to the computers, and it will pop up on the computer screen, which can be helpful. You can start an application So it'll run an application or it'll open a website on the student computers. So if you want all the students to go to a certain site, instead of saying, okay, guys, go to this web address and I'll give you a couple minutes to get there. You don't have to. You can go here. You can tell them what website you want them to go to, and it will open it. You can showcase a student. You can demo. So you can show your desktop on the full screen of the computers in the classroom. So if I want to, if I go full screen on the students' computers, they are going to see. So we can see it right here. It only did this one because I had it highlighted, but we can see here it shows whatever's on my screen on that computer. So if I click on demo and I don't have any computers selected, I can see here that they can see what I can see. So maybe I want to show them something, but maybe I don't want to show them all the way up here. Maybe kids can't see in the back, or it's something that with small type or something that has detail that maybe you just want them to be able to see up close. You can demo your computer screen on their computers. And like it says in the pop-up, it automatically disables their mouse and keyboard during the demonstration. So they can't, it's not like they can minimize it and go to work on something else. They got to sit there and watch you demo the thing for them, which again is nice. And you can just go here and hit stop demo, and then it will take all the screens back to where they were. The administration panel, I have not really used a lot of this stuff. You can, except for this stuff here, you can shut down all the computers at once. You can turn them on all at once. You can restart them all, or you can log off all of them. If you have kids that like to leave their computers logged on when they leave the classroom, you can just go here and hit log off, and it'll log off all of them, which is nice. I think that's roughly all the main features. There's, of course, as you've seen as we click through, there's other things, and but that's, I feel like, most of the important things.